After evading arrest for 37 days, Khalistani fugitive Amritpal Singh was arrested on April the 23rd. The Punjab police arrested him from a Gurdwara and Road, Bhindranwale's native village, and the same place from where he himself took over last year as the chief of Waris Punjab Day. The police have booked him under the stringent National Security Act, and he faces over half a dozen charges such as attempt to murder, abduction and extortion. The self-styled radical leader is now lodged at the Dibrugarh Central Jail, where 9 of his other associates picked up over the past several weeks are also kept. Now, while the preacher remained on the run for 36 days, the authorities continue to pile pressure on him by arresting his key associates. Malwinder Singh, Amritpal's mentor, who also had links allegedly with the ISI, was arrested on April the 10th. His wife, Kirandeep Kaur, a UK-based woman, someone who he married in February, was stopped from boarding a flight to London from Amritsar airport last week. Scores of sympathizers were also detained by the police, but subsequently released. Now, Amritpal Singh's arrest has ended the turmoil that has gripped Punjab for over a month and a half now. But many questions remain unanswered. First and the most important question is, what led to the rise and the fall of this self-styled leader? Who was behind his quick consolidation of power in the state? Did he receive support from external forces like the ISI? How was he able to evade arrest for over a month? Why did the Punjab government fail to arrest him sooner? So some of these questions will only be answered once an investigation has been done, once the authorities try to figure out what lay behind all of this. Interrogations will be required. Those questions will be answered. But at least one question seems to be answered. A lot of people were saying, oh, he's very popular within Punjab and Amritpal Singh has got a lot of local support and it's not just the diaspora, he's got backing inside Punjab as well, inside India as well. Now, if any of that was to actually have been true, then after his arrest, there have been protests in Punjab. There have been noises made. People would have been upset. But actually, just about nothing has happened in there. So is this entirely been something that has been whipped up from abroad or from the diaspora, and does he actually have very little support, as many people also believe, inside Punjab? Well, joining us to shed some light on all of that, we're being joined by Malwinder Kang, Chief Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab, and Professor Pramod, Kumar, Director of the Institute of Development and Communication. Mr. Kang, let me start with you. We were talking about the manhunt for Amritpal Singh a few days ago when we were talking to you. Now he's been arrested, been sent to Guwahati. There don't seem to be too many protests. In fact, hardly any protests or any action on the ground. You must be happy about that, but does that also indicate that he didn't have too much support to start with?
Definitely, Vikram, definitely. We already told about there is no response to Amritpal about his agenda and his thought. Basically, when he came to Punjab first last year, in the starting days, he creating the differences between the communities, especially against the Christian community. So Punjabi don't like about these type of damta because the teachings of gurus always Sarbadda Pala. So definitely there are very few people supporting to him, and majority of people against him, and now he is behind the bar and everything is peacefully in Punjab.
Professor Pramod Kumar, let me turn to you next. In many ways, a lack of any reaction to the arrest of Amritpal Singh is in many ways one of the most possibly important stories and critical stories there in Punjab. Would you agree with that?
The people, those who were expecting reactions, I think they were far away from the reality. He was only a trigger. And if I may put 2 points, very quickly, that why this trigger could succeed to some extent where he could appeal to some people. We have, now I normally say, metaphorically speaking, 3 Punjabs. There is a diaspora Punjab, there is an Indian Punjab, and there is a political establishment Punjab, Pakistan. So you have a different response in all the 3 Punjabs of this trigger. And diaspora Punjab is more noisy, it's more divisive, it's more, violative of the national symbols. It's that. But there, not many people support it, but it's more noisy. Indian Punjab, this element is only at the fringe. They exist, but they are on the fringe only. And number 2, in Indian, this is not very divisive, as Malwinder has very rightly pointed out, because Indian Punjab has historically have been, and you know Vikram very well, denominationally, it's very culturally conducive and cohesive kind of society.
So, Mr. Kang, let me come back to that issue. What Professor Kumar was saying, regarding the entire Khalistan movement. I mean, look, obviously, there is support from the diaspora abroad. And yes, of course, Pakistani element is the third category which he was talking about, and Pakistan will continue to try to whip this entire issue up. But inside Punjab, though, do you think this entire episode underlines the fact that there's not any resonance or no significant resonance inside Punjab itself?
We already, last discussion, we already discussed about it. There are some fringe elements, and rightly said Dr. Pramod, very rightly. But these days, there are very concerning point is that some IT cell of National Party and the one group of national media every day defaming to Punjabis, especially in Sikhs, on the name of Khalistani. Practically, there is no existence in Punjab because Punjabi, you can see in the history when freedom movement going on, 90%, above 90% sacrificed by the Punjabis. And so recently, in Punch attack, you can see out of 5, 4 were Punjabi boys, Sikh boys. And I think it's a conspiracy against the Sikhs, particularly Punjabis, by, I don't think it's an investigation matter who is behind this, but I will suggest you, Vikram, Mr. KBS Sidhu book, Khalistan Conspiracy, definitely will explain about Khalistan Conspiracy.
All right, Mr. Kang, last word from you. What are you thinking of doing now inside Punjab to make sure that none of those radical tendencies come up and that Punjab stays on the path of peace and prosperity, if whatever happens with this episode, which seems to be over?
Vikram, most Punjabis' feeling is that Amritpal is a created story and it is a very written script to defame the Punjabis, and behind this there is a dirty politics to polarize one section of Punjab, and we can see, and mostly people think about this. लेकिन mostly पंजाबियों की feeling यही है कि कहीं ना कहीं ये एक scripted story थी और scripted पूरा इसके पास conspiracy थी कि पंजाब को polarize किया जाए और politically gain किया जाए. I think.
Malwinder Kang, Professor Kumar, thank you both so much for joining us.